Hello, Steve Goldman, 2009 Division Way. Thanks for giving me some time to speak. First of all, let me say that when I became aware of what was going on with the more aggressive trimming of the trees, I had a strong reaction, like everybody did. I think when they see it, it just looks horrible. However, I don't see this as being heroes in a building scenario. I think you guys are doing a great job. You do a really tough job, and I don't have to do it. We have severe budget problems, and so that's very important to address. This whole thing could go away if we could underground those lines quickly. If you could figure out some way to do that, we wouldn't even be here. And that's what actually makes this problem a little more interesting. This is something that's going to be on in 17 years. So it's really, what do we do in the interim? Should we trim the trees the same way in the interim, knowing that at some point we're not going to have to trim the trees anymore, and by the time 17 years comes to pass, we'll have no more power lines, but we're going to have trees lined by giant slingshots. That's pretty much what we're getting here. And it was a very professional presentation by the power company. I appreciate it. I understand and I agree that you trim back to the nose. So what that means is whatever your stand is for, you're actually going to end up trimming further than that stand. Now, first of all, it's important to understand we're talking about making a change in the way that we're doing things. We haven't been trimming 8 to 10 feet until just recently. And I heard someone say, we've been doing this for 20 years. We've actually been doing it a lot more than 20 years. I've lived here since 1956. I've never seen trees trimmed like that. This is a new thing. And that's why you're getting the strong reaction. Now, I think it's good that we're getting this out of the way now. Pete, I sent that email out because I think it's better to get it out of the way now than have this slow build of dissatisfaction. Let's get the whole thing settled. I don't think this should be a divisive issue. I know you guys are going to put a lot of thought into this and come up with the best solution, and it's going to take us all pulling together. We got a really nice email from the Edith Bush Foundation saying that they'd be glad to help, which maybe means they might write a check, I don't know. But if we really decide that this is important to our community, and I think it is, because this is Winter Park, underlying Park. We're not Pine Hills, we're not Gainesville, we're not even Tallahassee, we're Winter Park. The reason people move here and live here, and one of the reasons I live here, is because of the beautiful tree canopy. If that deteriorates any further, and it's already deteriorating because of circumstances beyond our control, if it deteriorates any further, we're going to be in big trouble. So, I'll stop.
Thank you, Mr. Goldman.
Okay, thank you.
I would move that Mr. Goldman be allowed a few more monologues. Would anybody support that?
Certainly. I just realized we're going to be here late tonight.
I watched this next part.
So did I. I don't know what other information he's presenting, so.
If you guys have tomatoes,
The chair will recognize you for 2 more minutes.
okay, I appreciate it. Anyway, there's a couple of straw man issues. I think it's always going to be a value judgment between things like reliability and aesthetics, or safety and aesthetics. But just remember, we've been trimming trees like this since I can remember, at least 30 years, 50 years, I don't know. And we've had a pretty good safety record, we've got a pretty good reliability record. Reliability is getting better because of 2 things. We're replacing the old equipment, and we've seen in the grass here, that's not because of the tree trimming that just started. That's because we're replacing the old equipment. And we're starting to underground wires. My power's not going out anymore because we're underground the wires on my street. So, that reliability is going to continue to increase, and we're going to have great reliability as we underground these lines. So, the question is it worth sacrificing the property values and the aesthetics of the park for even more reliability? I don't think we should go any further. The other is safety, and Ron, I never knew that about your finger. I didn't realize you're such a dumb kid. Just kidding. You're going to be a very smart man. But let's not think here that if we don't do this all of a sudden, all of our children are going to have 9 fingers. That's just not true. I don't remember since I was living here since 1956, kids going up into the power lines and and losing limbs. I don't think that's been a big issue. That's not why that's happening. The reason this is happening is we are suddenly cutting these new standards because we now have 2 arborists, and one of them reports to the power company. And that's a bit like, I'm not slamming the power company, I think the power company is great, but it's a conflict of interest. It's like a fox watching the hen house. The power company's prime directive is the best possible reliability at the lowest possible cost. And if you can make the trees look great, wonderful. But that's not how they get graded. Okay, the arborists, the city arborist's prime responsibility is a healthy and beautiful tree canopy. Thank you.